My name is Gareth Wilson. I'm the design director at Sumo Digital.
So talk about what Sumo Digital is showing new here with Crackdown 3.
So what we're showing here today is the campaign side of the game. We've shown some elements of the competitive multiplayer before. This is the first time that we're showing the 16-hour campaign experience. It's fully playable in co-op, so it's 1 to 4 players. And Crackdown's back.
So talk about the crossplay. Will your game feature that? If I have a Windows PC machine and my friend has Xbox One, can I play with them in the campaign?
Yeah, you totally can. So when the game was first commissioned, we were really keen to try out crossplay, make sure that PC gamers could play with Xbox gamers, Xbox One S gamers, and then when Xbox One X came out, we had a great opportunity there because we'd already got some PC development working at 4K. So yeah, you can play on all the different platforms together, you can play multiplayer together, you can play co-op in campaign together, regardless of what system you're running.
What are some of the challenges in making that work seamlessly? Because I mean, Linux servers are all Linux based. So essentially, is it even a challenge to do the crossplay?
What we've got with Xbox Live is that they do all of the systems to allow people on different platforms to connect. What we needed to be mindful of was we didn't want to change the gameplay hugely depending on different platforms, particularly in competitive multiplayer. And when you're playing in co-op, you don't want to have an advantage because you're on a more powerful machine. So the improvements on Xbox One X and PC are all graphical based, so it's full 4K, it's Ultra HD, HDR, and all that sort of stuff. Draw distance and that sort of thing. They're the things that that are improved on the more powerful platforms, but the experience itself is identical across all of them.
So I guess it can be hard the other way too if you have a PC that's really low end and you want to play with someone who's playing on an Xbox.
Yeah, absolutely. So there'll be certain minimum requirements on the PC, but yeah, we've done extensive testing to make sure that when you're playing online in particular, the experience is identical across whatever platform you're using.
What was it like developing on the Xbox One X, and what did Microsoft provide in terms of tech and support to help make the game reality on the console?
You know what, for a launch title, for a launch console, the development was surprisingly straightforward. I've made a lot of launch titles over the years, and we took the game, and when we got the dev kit for Xbox One X, we compiled it, we ran it, pretty much ran straight away at 4K on the Xbox One X without any optimization, so that just shows how powerful the box is.
So how similar is the architecture between Xbox One and Xbox One S? Is it identical architecture from a design standpoint?
No, I'm just the electrician, man. I'm just the painter and decorator. So yeah, I'm the design director. There's guys around here that can talk about the technical stuff, but all I know is it's way, way, way more powerful.
So talk about what you learned from the past Crackdown games that you're applying to making better in Crackdown 3.
Well, one of the big things we really wanted to keep from the original game was it was one of the first open world games where you could go anywhere and you could do anything right from the start of the game. So if you wanted to go and take out the Kingpin right from the very start, you could go. You'd probably get your ass kicked, but that's exactly what we've done in this game. So everything's open from the start, there's no mission failed, nothing like that. So you can go straight over to the Kingpin and try and take him out if you want to. You can take them out in any order. There's a whole variety of ways that you can progress through the game. No mission failed, no mission areas that you can't get to or anything like that.
What are some of the challenges in designing an open world game as opposed to a linear experience?
Well, that was interesting for me because I've done both. So it's interesting to kind of switch gears when you're doing that, because when you're doing a linear game, it's all about very crafted experiences and scripted experiences. When you're doing an open world game like this, particularly one where all the missions are open at once, you have to rely much more on systems. You need to rely on things which are very robust and can work in a variety of ways. So that means you have to make sure your AI can work in all situations. You can't just enclose them into a particular space. And that was definitely a challenge for some of the larger enemies in the game. We've got like big mechs and tanks and dropships and things like that. They had to work across the whole of the world. So that was a challenge for our tech team, no doubt.
When does your game come out and what platforms will it be on?
So it'll be out on November the 7th at the same time as Xbox One X, and it'll be coming out on all Xbox platforms, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, and it'll be out on PC as well.